Hello and welcome to another video. Today I have the week 10 of the APL Insurgence League against Zombie Victoria Victinis. I don't know his record, but at this moment I am 8-1 and locked for playoffs. So for me there is no pressure, but if I do win I am locked for the bye week, which would be nice, so I don't have to play. So I have one less chance to get hexed. So my opponent's team consists of Lanner Therian, which is very scary if it's scarfed, because I kind of expect it to be scarfed, because then it outspeeds my Meloetta, outspeeds my Typhlosion, outspeeds my Mew. So it can then I can like U-turn, Mew, Earthquake, Meloetta, and Typhlosion, and like they don't really want to take those hits, but like I expect it to be scarfed. If it's not scarfed, it's, in my opinion, slightly less scary, but it could definitely still be scary. It's like a Source Dance set. Then Reuniclus. Reuniclus is just Reuniclus. It's just scary being Reuniclus. Can Coal Mines, can Iron Defense, can Recover, can be Regenerate a Magic Guard, can be do whatever. I do have something for it, but a Fist Death Coal Mine variant could be scary. Although, as you can see, I definitely have the things to break it. Like you can see Meloetta. And this Delta Blastoise gets rocks, gets spikes, decent special attacker, decent physical attacker. It doesn't have any darkness support, but that's okay. I just need to be able to have a way to remove hazards, because I don't want to play with spikes and rocks, because that's just gonna be annoying. Then there's Gigalith, which sets sand, potentially for the Dracofish, because Sand Rush is allowed. Can be annoying, physically defensive, specially defensive. Could be, what's my team, what could it do? Because I didn't bring a team that's very weak to it at all. What can it do against my team? It evolves Garbodor. It deals with Turtonator. It kind of deals with Mew. It doesn't do that much this game. I don't really see it. I don't see it coming. And if it comes, it's not that big of a problem. Ditto could be annoying. Can copy. Like I do have to prep very carefully around Ditto, and I'll go into my sets how I dealt with Ditto with those sets later. I can't really explain how scary it is before talking about my team, for obvious reasons. Eldegoss is annoying, but it's not that good. My team handles it pretty well. Scizor doesn't give a shit. Typhlosion doesn't give a shit. Mug doesn't if I'm Sap Sipper, but I shouldn't be Sap Sipper this game. Snorlax doesn't care. Mew doesn't care. Garbodor doesn't care. Serp doesn't even care. Turtonator doesn't care. My team doesn't really care. Mega Delta Gardevoir, very scary. I do have Snorlax, which is my response to Gardevoir. Also, I do have a Scizor and a Typhlosion. Like, I have some things to deal with it, but it's still very strong offensively. Like, it can also doesn't it could be scary for my rain part of my team, but in general, it's not too scary. Then there's Dracofish. Dracofish is Dracofish. It's just something that's really hard to switch in without a water immunity. Thank God I do have a water immunity, but it's still very scary. It could be banned, could be scarf, could be Sand Rush, banned, Life Orb, whatever. Can be anything really. Sand Rush would be scary, but if Sand is not there anymore, then too much of my team outspeeds it and deals a lot of damage to it. So I'm mostly scared of either Scarf or just Band with Strong Jaw. Strong Jaw is the scarier ability. Then there's Florges. Florges could be annoying, but I do have Scizor, I do have Typhlosion. It can't run hidden power for both of those. I also have Garbodor, but it is its only like Meloetta resist. It's not a resist. Like it's a soft check once. Also, that's not the entire team. This is the entire team. There we go. Okay, then he has Duraludon. I think Duraludon is trash. I don't struggle with Duraludon at all. It doesn't beat Typhlosion. It doesn't get Fire Blast. It probably gets Fire Blast. I'm not gonna check that. Muk doesn't care. Snorlax doesn't care. Yeah, Scizor kinda doesn't care. It could be scary because it does get fire moves, but in rain it doesn't touch my Typhlosion, it doesn't touch my Scizor. Both of them can do good damage to it. Like, okay, it kinda checks Scizor, or like Typhlosion, I mean. It doesn't really. It kinda checks both of them if I don't bring Superpower. Like, Duraludon is not awful this matchup, but it's not great either. Because it's just too slow. Then there's Rapidash. Rapidash is pretty fast, could be annoying with like Swords Dance, whatever. Muk kind of deals with it because it's coming for Dracovish, so it's gonna be Fist F anyway. Muk could deal with it. It could definitely be annoying with my 2 Steel types, but it doesn't do anything to Turtonator, it doesn't do anything to the Serperior, it doesn't do anything to the Fracture, doesn't really do much to Mew or Meloetta either, so it could come, but it could also not come. It's just fast. The things I'm most scared of are Landorus, Reuniclus, Dracovish, and Gardevoir. So, no one's there. Going over my team, I have first choice Bandit, Meloetta, Mime, Meloetta, Delta, Mime. Play rough, there is no resist. There is no play rough switching on my opponent's entire team, and it 2KOs everything except physically defensive Rapidash. There is no exception. Fist Death Gigalith also takes 2 play roughs. Everything else dies. After Intimidate, Landorus doesn't take 2. Then like Florges dies. Ditto dies. Eldegoss dies. Duraludon dies. Even though Duraludon's Fist Death is pretty good, I don't think it takes 2. Then I just have Filler and Knock and U-turn, and then Drain Punch as the last move. I'm not gonna click Drain Punch, but it could be handy in case I need to kill like Gardevoir, Duraludon, Gigalith, Blastoise from full, or like from higher than Play Rough, because it does do more than Play Rough to those things, I think. Oh wait, bam. Max stack Adamant, I outspeed everything, even Adamant. I crap the Rapidash, and just the rest in HP. This thing just hits insanely hard and it breaks anything really. So anytime I can get this thing in, I will try to get this thing in and break holes. Then a Snorlax, Earthquake, Bulk Up, Seed Bomb, Synthesis. Also, I live a play rough from Scarf Ditto, which is kinda relevant because I definitely like. Scarf is not enough to kill because of Filter. Band does definitely kills, although it will also have like 48 HP, so it would have way less bulk to begin with. Okay, Snorlax, Earthquake, Bulk Up, Seed Bomb, Synthesis. This is my Mega Guard check. I have Summon Speed to creep Reuniclus. Leftover Stick Fat. This thing is just, if Gardevoir comes, this is the response. I can't let it die before Gardevoir is dead, and Gardevoir is just in general scary. This thing can be very good after a few bulk ups because nothing really breaks it at that point, and it can honestly just put in a lot of work. So this thing is definitely a good wind gun, kinda. Like I have like 3 wind guns, either Meloetta, cleaning, disting, sweeping, or like not the month after this, but the second, like 2 months away from this, also wind gun. So yeah, this thing can definitely put in a lot of work. Then I have Delta Muck, Rocky Helmet, Earthquake, Toxic, Stealth for Recover, Max Physically Defensive, Sets Rocks, Recovers, Toxic for the Lando, Earthquake for literally everything else. Does a lot of damage to everything. Gets walled by Elder Ghosts, but I don't really care because its matchup is awful. This thing is needed for Dracovish. Scarf, Dracovish, never do it because it Outrage. Bandit does, but then Bandit Outrage is literally free Meloetta, and then I get a kill. So it also Bandit out does not speed anything, and I have many things to deal with it. So yeah, I can definitely deal with Dracovish. With this thing, I do have to keep it around because spamming Fishes Rand is not something I wanted to allow it to do. Alright, I got interrupted by family as I was going over my team. Mew, Taunt, Roost, Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam. It is a secondary / tertiary win con. This thing kinda beats everything as well. It taunts Reuniclus, Dazzling Gleams, Blastoise, beats everything else 1v1. Although Gardevoir could be, like, Calm Mind along with me, and I wouldn't break it as fast as Gardevoir would break me. And Dracovish is also scary. Scarf Fishes Rand will do a lot, but +1 Dazzling Gleam will also do a lot. And if it's not Bandit, I can kinda deal with it. No speed, outspeed the Landorus because I don't really want to deal with Landorus, although it could definitely be Scarf. And yeah, that's Mew. It's just gonna be annoying and do that very well. Then Typhlosion. Mega Delta Typhlosion, Flash Cannon, Dazzling Gleam, Magnet Rise, and Volt Switch. Flash Cannon, there is no Flash Cannon resist. The only Flash Cannon resist is Duraludon and Dracovish, I think. Anything else? Rapidash. Rapidash doesn't even exist. There is no Flash Cannon plus Dazzling Gleam resist. Magnet Rise, I didn't know what to put on there, so Landorus, I can Magnet Rise on that. And then just click Flash Cannon. If it's not Scarf, Gigalith can't do much to me if I Magnet Rise. I didn't know what else to run. Might as well put Magnet Rise on the set. Volt Switch is nice to pivot, and that's the set. Enough speed to outspeed the Gardevoir, didn't bother to creep the Rapidash. Max special attack and rest in HP, nothing too crazy. Then I have physically defensive Scizor, because Ditto. Ditto could copy my Meloetta, and I need a Meloetta resist. Scizor is my Meloetta resist. Also deals with Landorus pretty well if it's Scarfed. Doesn't do less than half to me. Deals with Blastoise, deals with Gigalith, deals with not Dracovish, deals with not Rapidash, but all the other physical attackers it deals with my own Muck, deals with my own Snorlax, deals with my own Mew, so it's definitely very handy, just as a safety measure for my own team. So that's pretty cool. Leftovers recovery, I didn't see any other item that would help me that much. Defog, Roost, U-turn, Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch nice for priority, U-turn for pivot and to hit my own Mew. And hit my own Snorlax. Roost for recovery, and Defog to get rid of hazards if my opponent tries to stack me. So for Ditto, if it copies Meloetta, I have Scizor. If it copies Snorlax, it can't actually 1v1 me, but if it somehow does manage to 1v1 me, I always have this, I always have this, it can't, wait, it is Earthquake Seed Bomb. I have this, I have Meloetta, I have this thing itself. I don't see Ditto 1v1ing my Snorlax ever. If it copies Muck, then I have my Scizor. Always doesn't give a damn about this Muck at all. Mew, if it copies Mew, I have Scizor, I have this own Mew, it doesn't beat Mew 1v1. I have Meloetta, although it is it's like mono Dazzling Gleam, so Scizor kinda just walls it, and I can always go into this thing too. If it copies this thing, it can't touch you, it can't even touch me. Like, we can't touch each other. Like, I just slow volt switch out of there, go into Muck or whatever. It's pretty safe for me to just volt switch out of there. And if it copies Scizor, I don't care because it's not doing anything to Scizor itself. Okay. That's my team. I can't say what I expect, but I'm gonna show what it's gonna bring anyway. So matchup gone, team builder gone. My opponent decides to bring the Landorus, Dracovish, Ditto, Florges, Gigalith, and Rapidash. So no Relentless, no Gardevoir, and no Duraludon. It does bring Rapidash, which I didn't really prep for that much, but I can deal with it probably. So leading off, I was in my mind, either Landorus or Gigalith are obviously rockers, so he could lead with one of those. So I was considering leading with Scizor or leading with like Meloetta to get a kill right off the bat, but it kind of needs things slightly chipped, so from full it wouldn't kill most things. What did I lead with? I think I led with like what did I lead with? Did I lead with Muck? Let's see what I led with. I have no idea. I decided to lead with my Typhlosion because it kinda beats everything, and I can Magnarize Gigalith, I can Flash Cannon Gigalith, I can force something, because nothing really dealt with this at all. So as he leads with Landorus, I cannot risk this thing being Scarf, so I switch hard into my Scizor. If it's Scarf, I eat this easily, but that's not Scarf, that's Choice Banded Landorus, and I don't eat that at all. So, well, matchup. Ban. Right here, I made a few mistakes, and that's probably because I tried to live commentate this, but then my computer said no. But this was before my computer said no. I probably shouldn't live play any games, but because that leads to me just not being able to focus as much as I usually would be able to. So I'm not sure if I'm going to live record any games, but we'll see if I'm gonna live record any games in the future. But yeah, that's probably why I made some mistakes. I should have probably just let Scizor die, although it would be nice to have in case Ditto copies Mew and gets out of hand, but I don't expect it to happen. If Meloetta gets copied, it would be annoying, but I can definitely deal with that, although not as well as I would like. It would be like 50-50 if it goes a knockoff, U-turn, play rough. Because if it goes for U-turn, I don't really, I just get a free kill on my own Meloetta. Or if it goes for play rough, Mew doesn't really take anything. So it would lead to plays I might not want to deal with, but I should definitely have bullet punch here to just get the damage off needed to put it in play rough range for my Meloetta, because I do outspeed it and I don't have Ice Punch. So I didn't do that. I went hard into my Snorlax, which gets 3-hit KO'd, and here I was like, I can bulk up and live too. No, I can't. I don't know why I probably thought this damage like 38%. It hits me again, 38%. Then I'm at like the 76 total, I think. Math. 76, and I have 4 left. Yeah, that would still kill. Like, I don't know why I clicked bulk up. I don't, like, there's literally no reason for me to. I should have just synthesis. Like, I had 3 synthesis. I don't know. Like, this is why I shouldn't live comment. Like, I made some stupid, really stupid plays. Like, I practically lost Scissor, and it's not actually literally no reason. And now I'm forced to go into Meloetta and click knockoff, removing the choice band, living in Earthquake, and then switching out to kill it later. But luckily that doesn't have to happen, and he switches into Forge instead, takes a knockoff, reveals that I'm banded, but Berry Forges, so probably, I don't know what berry, but really nice that it doesn't have to put Berry anymore, so it's not a response to my Typhlosion at all, which I go hard into. As it goes for the Moonblast, I just click Flash Cannon. I forgot to Mega Evolve. I went for Dazzling Beam because I didn't want to let Draco Vision in. But yes, that's right, because I didn't see it staying in ever. So here I forgot the Mega Evolve, which sucked for me, because now I can't Volt Switch because it has Lightning Rod. Because I have Lightning Rod. It doesn't show, but I have Lightning Rod, right? Okay. I should have Lightning Rod. Or Motor Drive, one of the two. I think that's both of those. Either way, I messed up, did less damage than I should have, and I couldn't slow Volt Switch out of here. As he double switches into the Rapidash on my Buck, probably, like, in my mind it looked weird because, like, it was pretty obvious I'd go Muck. So here I was like, I wanted to click Toxic because I didn't really expect it to stay in, but I also wanted to get Stealth Rocks up. So I got up Stealth Rocks as the Rapidash revealed Toxic. And here I definitely didn't expect it to stay in because I could easily go for Earthquake. Maybe he's like sub-protect or something stupid like that. Like, I had no reason to not click Earthquake, so I clicked Toxic. Which does happen to catch the Landorus, luckily. And here I just sack Scissor, I don't need it at all. Might as well get rid of it. And Landorus goes free for 2 kills because I'm stupid. Here I go into Meloetta because I want to claim a kill. And Gigalith just dies, really. Gigalith just dies, and yeah. Ban in Meloetta. There's a reason I brought this thing. It doesn't have a switch in. It goes into Rapidash. I can't kill it, obviously, from full. So I go, like the moves I was expecting were either Morning Sun, which would actually make no sense. Like, I didn't expect Flare Blade. I expected like a Will-O-Wisp. Or like predicting, like what did I have? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I expected. I just switched into my Typhlosion on my Rapidash. That's all I did. As he goes for the Proton buff into the Landorus, I don't care, I speed this thing, so I'm not too worried about that. I just click Mega Evolve finally and click Flash Cannon to kill it, getting rid of Landorus. As he goes into Rapidash, I didn't creep this thing, so I was afraid I didn't outspeed it. So I just went for Volt Switch to get damage off, which luckily worked out in my favor, because it is slower and I was able to get the Volt Switch off on his Rapidash, going back into my Muck, as it went for the Flare Blitz, taking recoil twice because of my Rocky Helmet. Here I go for Earthquake, guaranteeing that it couldn't get more HP, as it goes into the Forges. I think I go back into Typhlosion. He goes for the Synthesis, so it probably doesn't have Wish, which is nice, as he sacks the Rapidash, removing the only flavor for assist. As I go into Meloetta, here he goes into Ditto. This isn't the turn where I pull the trigger yet, because I do live a Play Rough guaranteed from this range. So I could go for Play Rough, but I don't really have a reason. 2 at this point. So I just go into my Typhlosion as it decides to go for the U-turn into the Dracovish, which, if this thing is, as you can see, it's scarfed, but if it was scarfed, then like it's probably choice, and I can't I didn't need Typhlosion anymore at that point, so I just allowed it to Vicious Rend my Typhlosion. Because if it wasn't scarfed, I would just get a Dazzling Gleam off for a lot of damage, and that would be very nice too. And now I can just get a free switch into my. And if I try to predict this with Outrage, I would definitely live with that. So it was just something I didn't need, and I just sacked it because here I just go for the free recover because extra health from my Dracovish answer definitely helps. As I go into Mew on the Fortress, it goes for the Synthesis. I just taunt this thing as a reveals Calm Mind, which doesn't really do anything as I reveal my own Calm Mind. Here I expect him to switch out, trying to deal with this thing, but he doesn't. Here the taunt ends, so I don't go for taunt again. Like I probably should have. It was probably the better move to click, considering what he went for, because I expected Dracovish to come in, if anything. So, because I didn't want to let Dracovish in for free. So I just click Dazzling Gleam again. As he goes into the Ditto, takes a chunk of damage. Here I'm like, if you click Taunt, then unfortunate, but if you don't click Taunt, then I just kinda win. Well, Dracovish is annoying still. I just click the Roost here to, if he doesn't go for taunt, if he tries to heal himself, I'm also at full, and then I get a free move off. But he does go for the taunt, which means I still get a free move as he goes back into the Fortress. But I am still taunted, so here I expect either a Calm Mind or a Synthesis. Going for Moonblast would literally just waste a turn of taunt. You cannot really afford to waste. So I hard switch into Meloetta. As he does go for the Calm Mind, which doesn't matter at all. I just click Choice Bandit, Play Rough, and kill this Forces. Here he goes into the Ditto again. I just click Play Rough again. I live guaranteed, and I kill back. And if he goes into Dracovish dies, and it's not enough to beat both my Mew, which in general can beat. Like I'll just and also I just win. Like if he goes into Dracovish, it's a sack, and then I win. Like if it U-turns, well, if it U-turns into Dracovish, then I'm in play rough range, but Muk is not in play rough range, so I guarantee win regardless. If I just click play rough here and not miss, which luckily I do not miss, and then it's Dracovish, which cannot lock himself into a dragon or water move because I have him on into one of those, so just go for Ice Fang, which doesn't really do anything. And with Rocky Helmet, Earthquake, and more Rocky Helmet, I do end up killing this Dracovish, and that is a 1-0 victory against Zombie and his Victoria Victinis. So now I am locked in first place, and I'm gonna check. Hold on, this is relevant. As far as skill leaders are concerned, what? What skill leaders looking like? Meloetta's almost guaranteed skill leader, which is dope. He has 26 skills in 9 games because I got 1 forfeit win, which definitely would have gotten a kill. Definitely. I got robbed from kills, it's unfortunate, but I still have 26 of them, it's not bad. An average of like 2.9, I think. Yeah, 2.9 average kills per game. Got 3 again this game. Meloetta too strong. Next week I'm against Blin. Potentially meme game, potentially not meme game. Depends on results of games, whether my opponent is locked or not, because I am and I don't really care about the game. I'm already locked for a bye week, so it really doesn't matter at all to me. So yeah, am I locked first place? I'm not locked first place. No, second place still only has 2 losses. So yeah. See you all next week against Flynn with hopefully me. You want to see my memes? I am the best memer in the entire community. Not even close. But yeah, that's the game. Bye.